Alright, so section 2 is kind of a continuation of section 1, except we're going to do it with a little bit more direction. First off, we see that we now have a bx. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a different situation here than what we started. What we see here is that the b changes where the axis of symmetry is. You remember that the axis of symmetry is that line that if we folded the graph over, it would be the same on both sides. Okay, we're actually going to use the axis of symmetry to find the answer for some of these questions. Look at these three different graphs. I'd say take a little bit of time, because what this is going to do is this is going to develop for us where this comes from. X is equal to negative b over 2a. Okay, that's where we're moving. Alright, so the first thing we see is that ax squared plus bx plus c, a cannot be equal to 0, or we just have a linear equation. It has a line negative b over 2a as its axis of symmetry, and that becomes the x value of our vertex. Okay, so that's the first place where you're gonna start. Okay, so here a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 6, and c is equal to 4. So we're going to find the axis of symmetry by plugging them in. Okay, b is negative 6 and a is 1. So we get 6 over 2, which is equal to 3. So x is equal to 3. Now I know that the x value of the vertex is 0, so all I have to do is plug this in. 3 squared is 9 minus 18 plus 4. So I get negative 9, so I get a vertex of negative 5. Okay, so now I've got the fact that that's right in the middle. So what I can do now is I can simply put that straight in the center, 3, negative 5, and all I have to do is one number bigger and one number smaller. Okay, and just plug them in. Now the beauty of this is that I only have to do half the work, because if I know that I plug in a 4, that's going to give me the same answer as if I had plugged in a 2. Okay, so I'm going to plug in a 2. I get 4 minus 12. Okay, 4 minus 12 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 4 is negative 4. Well, then I should get this as negative 4 as well. Okay, and then we graph it. Okay, so I'm going to graph 3, negative 5. Okay, so put that point, that's the vertex. Okay, and then I have 4, negative 4, and 2, negative 4. So I get this one, and I get this one. And what I see is, I might have to continue this a little bit, maybe add another number on either side, but what I end up with is a parabola that looks like that. And I have this line that goes down through the center that splits my graph into 2 parts. Okay, so that's the value there. Okay. So I would probably go back and do 5 and 1 as well. Okay, just to have a few more points that I can plug in. If I plug in 1 squared is 1, minus 6 is negative 5, so that would give me a negative 1 for both of these. So then I would graph those, and I would get there and right here. So my graph is a little bit off, but it's not too bad. Okay, so we're using the axis of symmetry found by taking negative b over 2a in order to find the vertex, and then we're picking 2 numbers to the right and 2 numbers to the left, and we're graphing it. Alright, so I'm going to let you practice this one. Okay, find the axis of symmetry, which will then lead you to the vertex, which then you take the vertex and put it in the middle, and you do 2 numbers less and 2 numbers greater, and these will be the same, and these will be the same, and then that'll give us our drawing. Okay. Word problem just basically asks us to plug some numbers in. Slingshot launches the initial upward velocity of 72 feet per second, is caught 35 feet above. Okay. So how long will it take the t-shirts to reach its maximum height? Okay, so the height in this case is what we're, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the axis of symmetry by taking negative b over 2a. Okay, I won't work this whole thing out because it's already done in the book, but we can plug it in, negative 72 over 2 times negative 16. So I get negative 72 over negative 32, which is 2 1/4. Okay, 2 1/4. So now that's my x value. So I'm going to plug this in for t, and that's going to solve what my y value is. Okay, and in this case, the y value works out to be 5. Sorry, it turns out to be 86. Okay. Yeah. So after 2.25 seconds, it's 86 feet high. Okay, and then there's this one using that same formula. Go through the process of plugging it in. How long will it take the t-shirt to reach its maximum height? How far above court level will it be? What is the range of the function that models? Follow the example, problem number 2, and you should be able to figure this out. It's a little bit of a process, but you're using little evil demon boxes, and I'm not, so lucky you. Okay, and then this next one is just a few practice problems for you to solve. Okay, remember step number 1 is to find the axis of symmetry, and then we use that to find the vertex, and then we pick points, and then we graph. And that's as far as we go with that. All right, that's section 2.